kilometers away in the town of Winneba, around 28,000 people earn a living from the sea, catching, trading, salting and smoking fish for sale locally and at markets inland. Urban and more densely populated than Ajumako, Winneba's informal economy is thriving. But the fishing community here is one of the poorest in Ghana. It became a focus when the District Assembly set up its new SPGE. Behind the beach, the women smoke the day's herring catch to preserve it in the 40-degree heat.
We are here smoking the fish, and this is our hut, the hut we work under. Pilot project has taught us a lot of things, and in fact we've benefited a lot. In the first place, we're having the associations, but a lot of them were not registered. So during the training, they taught us how to register. We found after that, we collect dues, then how to source funds. They taught us, we women are impulse buyers. First, when you work, you go to the market. When you get money, you buy things just like that. But we were taught that after our work, we were taught how to account. You know that this is my profit, so that we can use the money to care for the children. And now a lot of them are at school.
Mary's income has gone up, but that's not what's most important to her. Through the programme, she's able to pay into the National Health Insurance Scheme at special low rates for informal workers.
Before the insurance scheme, a lot of these children were not well. You can't take them to the hospital because if you go, you have to pay. But then they don't have money. So if you don't have money, you just sit down to see your child or your son die just like that. But during this time, when they introduced the scheme, and we as association, we force our members, each and everybody has registered. Now, if somebody is not well, we just take him to the hospital.
When we started the project with the informal economy, we saw that they virtually don't have social protection. But we know as the ILO that social protection is very important, and especially for these vulnerable groups who don't have pension, who don't have leave and other issues. Luckily, the state is running a national health insurance scheme, which gives them a health cover. So we develop our people to join the health insurance scheme. And secondly, we also develop them to be able to look after their children well in such a way that they will be able to serve as protection for them during their old age when they cannot work as they are working now. We are also working with the National Pension Scheme in such a way that they are developing a special pension scheme for the informal economy.
You find that you can't have decent work without social protection. And getting informal economy operators together to find ways of addressing questions of income protection, questions of health, and some security during times when they are not well are important components of a good life. So social protection is at the very heart of decent work.
Unregistered and working alone, it's difficult to reach informal workers through conventional trade union activities, so special efforts are being made to include this important sector.
Today you have about 85% of the labor force engaged in the informal economy, and therefore a trade union movement whose interest is in representing working people has no choice but to be interested in the informal economy.
An important outcome of the Decent Work pilot programme, tax revenue has increased considerably in both districts.
We've managed to increase the tax by identifying the small businesses, document it, present to the district assembly, and then tell the revenue officers these are the businesses operating in the district, so get them to pay their tax. The associations also helped to collect the tax for them. And in return, we make sure they also get benefits from the tax they are paying, like potable drinking water, good road networks to their various areas, and that is working. Yeah, it was very difficult because they wanted to see the benefit before paying the tax. But by educating them, they realized they have to pay the tax before they get the benefit.
Registering, accounting, expanding the business, Angela Can has made the move to formal work. She used to work by herself in a tiny kiosk. Now she runs 2 busy hairdressing salons and is president of the Winneba Hairdressers Association. Angela believes she owes her success to the confidence and sheer inspiration the program's given her.
Everybody has to get a vision in whatever you are doing. So I decided to have a big dream and then start working on it. So I think with the ILO project, it has helped me a lot. Even though I had the skill training aside, it has helped me a lot.
The subcommittees on productive and gainful employment in Ajumako and Winneba have focused on different economic sectors, depending on the unique identity of the area. Working with local specialists, they develop business plans for activities such as textiles, agro-processing and soap making. One of the activities supported in both districts is a grass cutter breeding program. Once enough stock has been reared, this prized delicacy will end up on restaurant tables locally and in the capital city. The process of moving towards formality is gradual, but for Oprim Kwanzaa there's no going back. In 2001, he was distilling and selling a drink made from local palm wine on a very small scale. When he became a member of the SPGE in Ajumako, he saw that his business could expand. The SPGE helped him get certification from the Food and Drug Board in Accra and to start marketing his products more widely. With help from the pilot program, he put together a business plan and looked for funding to expand.
They have helped us a lot. They advised us that with the way the business is growing, we would need more space, which is why we acquired this land. Another piece of good advice from you was to get good machines to help to make our job easier and faster. We really thank you for your advice. If it wasn't for the ILO, we'll still be in our old place. Your ideas and courses have helped us move forward and expand.
Today, the business has become the largest single private employer in Central Region, with over 170 workers. And the company is well known all over Ghana. The programmes found new ways of working at the heart of the community, forging links between policymakers and people who have until now found it difficult to stand up for their rights and interests. But it's early days.
But the project that you're doing, of course, makes the situation even clearer for us. And I assure you that after the end of your two projects, we'll have to build on them. So you've provided the experiment, the incubator for us, and we have no excuse but to build upon it.
It can't be an easy task because it requires learning how to do partnerships better and engaging with small business associations, a relationship that hasn't happened in the past. And so the change has to be managed, but it can be done. If it's been achieved in 2 assemblies, it can be done in others.
The experience of the pilot programme shows that breaking out of informal ways of working needs a multi-layered and well-orchestrated approach. The challenge now is for districts all over Ghana to create their own versions of what's been tried and tested in Ajumako and Winneba, to move out of informality and make way for decent work.